Alright, we are ready to go. And hopefully audio tracks are actually being recorded and outputted this time, and it's not just me hearing it. Thanks, OBS, for having completely muted game audio for all of the past week. Oh well. Test recordings seem fine, so we'll know for sure, I guess. Okay. Recap, remembering where we left off. Yeah, 44 gold skulltulas. This is we've technically collected like a total of 18 heart pieces, though like it normally would be about 17 because one of those we got by like doing a bit of a unintended skip to get a hold of it. Yep, it's all come back to me. We gotta make our way over to the castle. Now that we got all 3 stones. Obviously a very pivotal moment in like the game's story and progression is coming up. But even then, we're not gonna go diving straight into it right away because there is one more thing that we actually need to do as young Link before stepping into the world of adulthood, I guess. Just a bit further to the drawbridge. Yeah, that's not some good weather. Yeah, and honestly, I got nothing else really of like importance to say kind of as this scene dialogue plays out, because I just wanted to get back to like the main gameplay and keeping things going. But I guess besides that, like, it's been an alright day today. Like, I am, as of this moment, for the time being, like, free of my Final Fantasy Chaos addiction. So I finally got through all, like, the main story missions, as it were, for the DLC. Like, I was definitely feeling burnt out by the end, so I didn't want to, like, keep going forward with trying to, like, grind things out to start building, like, optimal gear sets or whatever. So, like, I'll save that for, like, months from now when I feel up for it again. Kind of the downside of playing that game with all, like, the content, with it being content complete, essentially, rather than playing the base game, then all 3 DLCs as they came out, like I did with Neo. So I would have, like, months of time where I could genuinely take a break from things. Managed to survive like a bolt to the face. It's quite a tough kid. Still the best Ganondorf design. That's all. I'm sticking to it. Fuck all your other contenders. Alright, let's get this thing out of the moat. Look at that! It's the name. It's the subtitle of this fucking game. Yeah, more story stuff. More important info that we already know that I don't even need to read this shit. But yeah, Stranger of Paradise, that's in the bag for now. Fucking awesome game. Retroactively my game of the year of 2022. Because I feel better about that instead of it being Bayonetta 3, since that was the only new game from that year that I actually played that. So, yeah. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Now we can get on with the side quest that we need to do before continuing on with the main quest. But first, as is customary when coming to Hyrule Castletown, is to break every single piece of pottery in this storehouse to get tons of money. It's only natural to do so. Although I've definitely done just about everything I can out of this first visit. Whatever, 76 is fine to start. Because what we're going to do does require some amount of money. And the money that we do actually get at the end of all this will definitely be worth it. We'll be set for a while. Right now, it's time to talk to this bucko. Happiness, and sometimes sorrow, as the game that immediately comes after this clearly shows. Happy, huh? So yeah, that's how we're gonna be doing things with this rather curious quest. Unfortunately, I do regret not being able to get started on this quest before Zelda and Impa leave the castle town. Because I mentioned this story before, actually. Like, in the past, on previous playthroughs from years ago, I got it in my head to try doing this quest early because the game's NPCs will actually have, well, like, I forget if it's all of them. I feel like most, like, a lot of, like, the major ones that you could, like, point to, like, the big, recognizable named characters will say various things about, like, the mask you're wearing. They'll have a reaction to it. And even Zelda has reactions to, like, the various masks that you can wear. It is kind of tedious to show off at that stage because in order for, like, Zelda, for you to get her reactions, you basically have to, like, do the whole castle sneaking so many times just to get back to her particular spot in the castle. Yeah, like so. Yeah. I don't know what you see in those chickens, lady. Especially when you claim to have an allergy. Like, why are you doing this? But low-key, this is definitely, I think, like, one of the cooler and certainly one of my more fondly remembered parts of Ocarina of Time. Because you get used to, like, how this game goes in its pacing, in its progression. And how, like, there's obviously a lot of, a lot more guidedness and linearity to the proceedings compared to, like, even in, like, the 2D Zelda games before it. But you still get, like, those moments of discovery where it's like you just interact with things in a slightly different way. And even though it's not important, the game at least rewards you by showing that there is an attention to detail that the developers took into account. Sold a 10 rupee mask for 15 rupees. Sweet, we sold it for profit. Unfortunately, not every mask in this particular side quest is gonna allow us to make more money as a result. And even after you sell the mask, I'm pretty sure you could still borrow particular like the same mask again. I want to say that's the case. Either that or you end up or it's only for, like, the final 4 masks that you unlock after you sell the first 4. Because, yeah, there are 8 total. And fortunately, unlike Majora's Mask, putting them on does not result, like, in a nightmare face as it fuses to your body and then, like, transforms your entire being into what the mask represents. Although that is, like, part of the appeal behind Majora's Mask. And why I definitely want to do, like, a stream playthrough of it sometime well after this game. Like, I've already talked enough at length about, wanting to do playthroughs of the 3D Zelda games on stream. And now, like, that's mostly in relation to just wanting to do this game and Majora's Mask. And even then, I wouldn't be doing both games directly back to back. Like, whatever I decide to do after finishing Ocarina is probably going to be something else. Definitely something that's a lot shorter. Maybe more arcade-related stuff or something. I don't know. Majora's Mask is John Carpenter's Ocarina of Time. Oh no! Hi, Grunt. I trust you're having a good day. Also, I extra trust that the game audio is coming over the stream this time because of looking back through the VODs from last week, realizing that OBS found, like, a new way to fuck things up. But it should be fixed now, I believe. Wait, I don't need to go back to Kakariko. What am I doing? I gotta get to the Lost Woods. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's... Yeah, for whatever reason, the tracks, like, tick boxes in OBS's advanced audio properties, for some reason, certain scenes, certain sources, like, in my OBS scenes, had, caused those ticks to get unchecked. So it caused this problem where I was still able to hear the audio coming out of OBS on my end, but the result was that the people watching the stream or even the recording after the fact were getting none of the game audio. So, yeah, I'm glad that that fix has stayed in place. All right. Now we got a couple things that we need to do with this particular mask. Because, like, one of them we need to do before even selling it to the person that would actually like to have it. Just gotta get into this little meadow. And fall into this hole that is conveniently marked by a bunch of butterflies. And here we are greeted by the Deku Scrub Mask Judging Committee. And they seem to love us. Yeah. So what do they have to say about this? Huh. I'm flattered. Sweet, we can now carry even more sticks. Good for us. Okay, let's actually sell this thing. Still kind of horrifying, though. Yeah, well, I mean, what can you do? A compliment's a compliment. Guys don't get enough of them, so naturally they gotta be, like, so they gotta, like, treat them as extremely precious. And if they make a comparison to something they associate you with positively, I mean, like, I'll take it. Okay. Let's find the Skull Kid and give him a skull mask. Yep, that's me. I sure hope you don't do something evil and, like, steal a mask that causes you to summon a moon that's gonna crash into an alternate reality. Unfortunately, he pays us half the money that this mask is worth, so we're gonna have to make up for it once we get back to the salesman. Yeah. Such is the business. Such is capitalism. Oh yeah, I love this bit where it's like, for whatever reason, they couldn't go back to just having, like, a completely blank space. Like, I guess it's something with the game's code where it's like, once you get, like, an item that is supposed to, like, go into a particular slot, they don't... I guess they didn't write anything in place to make the, to make it revert to a completely empty spot, so they just put this, like, jarringly, like, Arial font-looking, sold-out text right in the bottom corner. I don't know why, he just comes off so funny to me. Okay. I don't feel like trying to outrun, like, a bunch of skeleton children. Because, yes, the skeletons are supposed to be dead kids. They are our size, after all. Link's bad at capitalism. Makes sense that he thinks his pockets are a store. True. I mean, we don't even have, like, a bank in this game to deposit our rupees in. That's only in Majora's Mask. And even then, it's like a system that basically requires, like, marking you with a stamp, possibly with, like, some, like, hard-to-remove ink. And then just, like, show that to someone, and, like, that, I guess that... No, wait, no, it's like... I think it's more like yeah, because the way it's supposed to work in Majora's Mask, because of the time travel, is that in a way that's almost kind of fucked up and would seem deceitful to people that aren't aware that you're traveling through time, is like, you're basically getting, like, the mark on your body updated to reflect, like, your total amount of rupees in the bank. So every time you just show that to the dude in Majora's Mask, is, like, that's why he remembers, oh, that's how many you deposited. Never mind the fact that, like, he probably thinks it's weird and is therefore taking out more money than that would be, like, possibly being drained out of someone else's bank account. And now we can look like a re-dead. Yay. No blood-curdling scream accompanying this, unfortunately. Though it's real good to fuck with these people. Alright. Now this one, we actually do need to go back to Kakariko for. Because obviously we got the... You know, it's a spooky mask. And they have a graveyard. I hope the Majora's Mask Bank is FDIC insured. Link's weird cryptocurrency funny money is not a good investment. Oh no! Oh no! I am not prepared for any version of Link to get, like, swept up in, like, a cryptocurrency scam, let alone perpetuate it. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think I ever talked to this guy with a spooky mask. And of course, the head carpenter would be more admiring of, like, the wood material used in this mask, and not the fact that I look like the Hyrule's equivalent of the undead. That's amazing. Like, that's what I was talking about. That's what I love. Yeah, and that right there also acts as, like, you know, depending on who you ask, rather than just a reaction, they might even give you a hint of where to sell it. Like, that's what I love with this particular side quest. It's like, it's just the moment where, like, the developers and Nintendo had the time to, like, put in a ton of attention to detail over something that has nothing to do with the main quest at all. Sure, but I hope you're willing to pay a lot for it. Damn. That kid's pockets are loaded. Alright. Well, enjoy your undead cosplay, kid. I gotta go back to selling these things. I was just enjoying someone go through Metroid Prime for the first time, seeing them geek out over the little details the devs put in was very fulfilling. Yeah, totally. Yeah, like all the different scan logs, even the ones that aren't recorded as part of, like, the 100% completion for your logbook, or, like, they're still really fun to dig for, you know? It's that sort of thing where it's especially appreciated if, you know, it's one thing to have a game built around that kind of attention to detail, but have, like, a not that particularly, like, strong gameplay fundamental core to the experience. But I mean, when you got something that just, like, plays and feels as great as Metroid Prime, like, Hell yeah, you expect them to, like, be able to, like, flex on top of that. Alright, here's your money. Now then. Not really a mask in this case, more of like a head ornament. But it is also an item in Smash Brothers. It's the bunny hood. Unfortunately, it does not make us run super fast in this. That's only a Majora's Mask. Man, just going through all like this particular side quest is definitely getting me to just want to play Majora's Mask again. Rude! Don't you at least think these ears are cute? Also, get a room, you fucking two. Link's entire experience having to deal with, like, the adults in Hyrule Castle Town. Man, adults suck. Oh wait, there's actually something I completely forgot to do while I was in the graveyard. There's a spot that we could have, like, planted some magic beans. At this point, we basically kind of taken care of, like, all, like, the bean planting spots that we can dig gold skulltulas out of. So we can now just plant the beans in those particular spots, no problem. Best that kids learn now that the adults suck to be surprised later on. Yeah. I bet he empathizes with a lot of the Kokiri even more now, since it's a village of just children. They don't have to deal with any fucking adults anywhere except their tree dad. It's all fucking lost boys up in this forest. All right, let's find that soil to plant the magic beans in. I believe it's right here. There we go. Now we go back to Hyrule Field, because the person that we need to give these bunny ears to, I do love their animations and how they wiggle. But the dude we need to give them to runs around a lot. All around Hyrule Field. Dick. You're a terrible boss, too. Just constantly harassing your own fucking employees. Giving them a hard time. You're probably not even giving them all the proper tools to do their jobs. I want to quickly just reset things. Because I think, like, when you enter Hyrule Field proper, like, I think, like, the person that we need to find does kind of reset his position. That's a good shot. I didn't even mean to cut that Stall Kid's, like, head off, and it's just floating there. Whatever. Okay. Oh, I see him in the distance. People on stream probably can't because he's like just a thin stripe of fucking pixels. But I saw that head of red hair. Hey, you asshole! Alright. Come on. Slow down. It's nighttime, buddy. I need to talk to you. Don't ask how it suddenly went from dawn and then to dusk in like a minute. Dude? Hey, buddy? You gotta stop? Thank you. Okay. Huh. I mean, it is only 50. But, oh my god. Yep. This is why we waited to get, like, the Giant's wallet. Before doing this quest. It just fills your wallet to max. This motherfucker's dumping his life savings for a pair of rabbit ears. Dude is, like, really passionate and, like, not that smart. Not at all. Red Apple Slices, thanks for the follow. Puts us right up to 110, actually. Still kind of surprised when I do get, like, Twitch follows or anything like that. Just, well, at least these days because of how much less frequently I do it. And I think, like, sometimes, like, I notice that the follow count goes up even when I'm not streaming. Oh, well. I ain't complaining. Okay. Good games bring people together. Well said, Grunt. Well said. Now. And also bad games. Well, yeah. Well, bad games, sure, but I think it's more what lies at the center of bad games, and that is watching someone suffer and having a collective amusement around it. Aye, and here it is, the Mask of Truth. Huh. That's very ominous. And also, that line hits me way harder as an adult than as a kid. Because adult life truly is, like, the most horrific thing in existence. Yeah, we can borrow any mask. There's, like, an additional 4. Well, no, 3, actually. Okay. Okay, that's weird. I guess I misremembered. But I guess that's just because of how much I enjoy Majora's Mask, that, like, I knew that there was a Zora mask and a Goron mask, but I forgot that there was a Gerudo mask. I, for some reason, thought it was for, like, a Deku scrub or something. But, no. Anyway, there's an extra thing we can do with this mask. The main thing, obviously, is, like, what you would use this mask for is to talk to the Gossip Stones. The things where it's, like, normally, at the start of the game, like, from the beginning onward, your only interactions with the Gossip Stones is that you just hit them with your sword, and then they tell you what time it is. But now it's like, you talk to them with this mask on, and suddenly, like, each individual stone will give you different pieces of, like, advice or secrets, just all kinds of tidbits. Again, the sort of thing where it's like, once they decided on that concept, they were like, clearly they had to, like, have someone on hand to, like, go through and, like, make sure. Do you still get the boing oing though? Yes, you do. Yeah. In fact, we still need to, like, go back to that meadow with all the Deku scrubs, so. And I know that we'll be passing by a Gossip Stone in short time, so we can at least double confirm that. But yeah, they do make the funny boing type of noise when you hit them. Though I do also like the third additional thing you can do with Gossip Stones, where you damage them with bombs, and they either do stuff like change sides or sizes, color. I think the other thing that the part of that I always found amusing when it did happen. Responding to your mask, the strange stone statue talks. The small holes in the ground that you can find all over Hyrule make perfect breeding ground for bugs. Yeah, we already knew that. Yep, boing, boing. But also, hold on. Oh shit, I just realized at this point, it's like the sound effect when you hit them. It's the same, like, kind of like voice sound effect that boos make in the Mario series. Like that weird ghostly laugh of theirs. I've never made that connection before. Ocarina of Time is a game where you continue to learn something new about it every time you play it. Okay. Now, when we wore the skull mask in front of these guys, they basically adored us. Here's what happens when they see the Mask of Truth. Huh. There are chain chomps and a link to the past. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. And see, this is what happens. They're afraid whenever we approach. All my young Deku Scrub brothers say, you have a horrible face. Yeah, see, they reward us, but this feels a lot more like them trying to get us to, like, stop being in their presence wearing that awful mask. It's like, please, we'll give you something good if you just go away, for the love of God. Okay. But enough delays. Guess it's time that we get the Master Sword. Let's get to it. All our fun as a kid is about to come to an end. Link recently scammed a rich guy and now he's extorting other races. What a hero! His hero status was already put into question when he just goes into people's, like, storehouses and abodes and, like, breaks all their pottery to get any, like, spare pocket change. He is a fucking gremlin. He is a menace that is just picking up money and, like, valuables that aren't, like, nailed down whatsoever. Can I... Damn it. Whoops. I thought I could get onto the bridge right as it was starting to rise. Also, he likes opening other people's treasure chests. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, speaking of treasure chests, it's like... This obviously... I can't do this now because this requires an item later on. But like, later in the game, you get an item called the Lens of Truth, which is a magnifying glass that basically allows you to reveal hidden secrets. And it's like... I believe it's this building right here when you go in here. It leads to, like, a game where you go into a series of rooms, and in each room is, like, you have to basically open a chest which has a key that goes to the next room. And if you open the wrong chest, you just get money, and that's your consolation prize. But the way you're expected to beat that is to use the Lens of Truth and be a massive fucking cheater. Hot. I love this just because, like this choice of wording is 100% a case of, this is Nintendo of America. You know that they picked, like, that particular type of wording to make it sound not so, make it sound not like what it actually is, where it's like, Yo, we need to kidnap men to bring them back to the camp so that we can use them for breeding. I mean, it's the same logic behind why, like, the Lon milk... Well, no, I don't think the milk in this game, but in Majora's Mask, definitely, there's a straight-up milk bar. Because, like, the idea is that, like, the special milk in Majora's Mask is an alcoholic beverage. Alright. Let's go. Just get one of the coolest swords in all of, like, the series history. I've always been genuinely fond of, like, the design behind the Master Sword. Like, it's not over-designed or, like, crazy fancy or anything. You know, it's just stuff with, like, the hilt guard and, like, the shape of the blade. You know, I mean, like... And then even then, because these are N64 models, they don't do it quite fully justice. But I always remember just how, like, slick it looked from, like, the SGI renders that Nintendo had made for, like, showing, you know, here are the items you get in the game. Also, oh no, surprise, you dumb child, you let the villain get what he wanted. Took advantage of the situation and you fucked up the world, you stupid idiot. Chosen one! I'm coming! Chosen one! I'm coming! Sorry, my brain just, like... just, like, devolved into making Kung Pao quotes. I'd say it's a disease, but like, I don't feel bad about it, because that movie is fucking great. It's great in its terribleness. That is quite the beard you got there, my good man. Do not be alarmed. Not only have you suddenly grown in 7 years, but also all of us here in the Sacred Realm made sure to get you, like, some better fitting clothes so that you weren't just waking up in like a child-sized tunic. Also, you have tights and an undershirt now. It's totally fine. It's currently the style of the time. Yep, unfortunately, qualifying as the hero of time has an age limit to it. Yeah, about as well as I can, given this situation. This whole adventure must be really traumatizing for Link. I mean, it'd be traumatizing for anyone. But considering Link's whole deal in the entire series that he's supposed to be the embodiment of courage, he's obviously got to have a lot of gumption and fortitude to be able to face it and not come out as like a PTSD-ridden wreck. Although, given how, like, the game ultimately does end, with it splitting, like, the sort of timeline, and the fact that, like, you know, Navi leaves once her mission is done, I guess he does feel kind of lonely and basically wants to go looking for her again, which is how Majora's Mask even starts. He was just going through, like, the endless forest, looking for his old fairy friend, but then got roped into having to save, like, an alternate universe from, like, an angry moon that was going to crash into the town in 3 days. Along with so many other people dealing with, like, really fucked up, like, depressive, like, trauma and like, other troubles affecting them as the apocalypse is nigh. Who knows what terrible adult lessons he could have gotten from wearing the mind-reading mask as a child? Oh, man. Oh, that's... For real? It would not necessarily need to be like Zelda specifically, but that would be the kind of game I would love to play, where it's just like... Yeah, just have it be the kind of Zelda type of, like, scenario where it is you're playing as, like, a young adventurer out to save the world, and your greatest asset is, like, a mask that lets you get glimpses into the minds of everyone else around you, and you're just bombarded by all of, like, the corruption and cynicism of adults, and just how soul crushing it is. Oh, no, I just got what that sort of concept would remind me of. It's like playing Dishonored with the heart in hand all the time and activating it every time you point it at an NPC, and the heart just tells you about like either like what problems that character is going through, or more specifically, or more often, like, what awful thing that person has done and why they probably deserve death, because Dishonored is just a universe where effectively no one is allowed to be, like, good and virtuous. Yeah, that would be fun to inject into a Zelda game. I'm all for that. Deep forest, high mountain, vast lake, all of these conveniently color-coded to their medallions. The House of the Dead. First game would have been out by this time. Link is about to suffer like G did once he starts working towards getting that Shadow Medallion. I don't remember Link ever getting a light gun out of a dungeon. He should, though. I mean, what is a bow and arrow but a very slow loading and firing gun? Not to mention, one of the arrow types that he can get? Light arrows. It emits light on impact. I'd say it's close enough. The power of semantics. Even though they're probably kind of shitty semantics, if we get down to it. Yeah, I understand. And unfortunately, at this point, we can't even return the Master Sword if we wanted to. So... may I just say for the time being. If he shoots a light arrow at his CRT monitor playing House of the Dead, he's going to need to buy a new TV. Fair enough. Oh god, speaking of, like, gun and light gun related things in regards to Zelda, I just remembered, like, one of the weirdest fucking, like, side game spin-offs that this series has ever had. Fucking remember Link's crossbow training for the Wii? A game that was basically, like, made as something that was, like, a pack-in for the Wii Zapper. Yeah, that was a weird thing. Hell, I all but forgot that it even existed until we got on this sort of like light gun tangent. Anyway, back at good old Lon Lon Ranch. Even Malon is all grown up. I remember being like one of 3 games that were ever made for that thing. Nintendo was giving controllers, I swear. I mean, if it was like a light gun game, you could basically play it with, like, not just the Zapper, but any of the millions of, like, gun-shaped peripherals because they were all just plastic shells. And I have no shame in admitting that I own 2 of them. Because, yes, I have challenged myself to try playing, like, the Wii port of House of the Dead 2 with 2 Wii remotes at the same time. Yeah, sucks for you, girl. I destroyed my Nest Zapper for a Halloween costume, and I do not regret for a second leaving the damn Duck Hunt dog behind. Alright, yeah. Anyway, Malin was talking about Mr. Ingo. This pompous dickhead is Mr. Ingo. This crooked-ass motherfucker. Alright, calm down, Mr. Musk. I wonder why he stores his compound bow on his lip like that. Oh, God. Honestly, like, looking back at these games, I never understood, like, the like, the design mentality of, like, the artists on Zelda games to, like, have the main characters like Link, Zelda, whoever the villain is, be as, like, as relatively normal looking as possible. But then every other side character has, like, some weird freak-ass body proportions that just borders on caricature. Like, I think Twilight Princess might have been the worst about that, if I just get down to it, because of how much that game was just trying to be, look, it's just Ocarina of Time again. You love that game, right? But in higher fidelity, and that just made the weird proportions of all the NPCs seem that much more concerning. At least here, it's not too bad, primarily because of, like, the, just, like, the graphical fidelity that you can get out of N64 games. Anyway, here we go, horse riding. Ah, damn. Oh yeah, there's Epona. Hey girl, remember me? There we go. Come on. Let's get a lap. And actually take this high fence proper. There we go. Majora's Mask is the greatest proportion of horror models, but that weird baby shopkeeper kid in Twilight Princess spooks the hell out of... Oh god, fucking Mallow. We want to talk about characters in the fucking Zelda series that are just hustling to be, like, huge-ass capitalists, assholes. That fucking baby is, like, the worst of them all. Like, he opens a store, and, like, he has a donation box that if you so much as, like, decide to, like, donate to, he basically opens up a store in the castle town and is able to finally get it going as, like, a franchise. He is an unscrupulous businessman, and he's basically, like, like, never mind the fact he's not even an adult. He's not even, like, old enough to have to go to primary school. Fucking Mallow. Alright. Let's do another lap with Epona. Come on. Pretty good vibration as well coming out of, like, the rumble pack when riding on Epona. Because it's a very nice and consistent, you know, just the, like, vibration that's in sync with Epona's galloping. One lap around the corral with that horse. Sure, I got 450. I can do this. Let's hope I don't fuck this up the first time. There we go. There we go. Nothing to it. I just had to make sure I could, like, pull out in front of him from, like, the inside of the perimeter. And now he's losing his shit. Dude, he would not have cared even if you won. You really are the Elon Musk of this universe, huh? You're just like a selfish asshole that is desperate for any amount of attention and wanting it to always be positive towards you. There we go. Cut out in front. Nope. You are not getting me, good sir. There, I win. Fuck you, I keep the horse. Rip bozo. Rest in piss, you won't be missed, you fucking Luigi-looking motherfucker. Wonder how many malignant narcissists Link knew yesterday when he was a child. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Oh god, we finally cracked the secret to the dark, horrible future that you play through as adult Link. It's not because of Ganondorf, it's just reflected by Link's sudden cynicism at the world of adulthood. Because he knows that these are how adults are, based on his experiences with them as a child. Alright. But alas, Epona is a good horse that knows how to jump fences. So we're blowing this joint. Oh fuck, that wasn't the right... Shit. Damn it. I mean, if I were to stay here, though... We got a bunch of cuckoos. They still lay eggs. I could just get, like, a valuable source of protein out of this if I was forced to live here. I mean, if I were in Link's situation, it was like, yeah, sure, you're keeping me penned in here? Cool, I'm just gonna make it your problem now. There we go. Free at last. And now getting around the overworld is so much nicer. We don't need to keep constantly rolling through the dirt to give us the illusion of faster movement speed. We now got a pretty good horse. Epona is so good. She's a good girl. And yep, all the adults we knew as a kid, they're over here now. In fact, I want to say... Oh yeah, that's right. We can't wake, Talon up yet. Because that requires a particular item. So we're not gonna be able to get him back to the ranch. Alright. One thing we can definitely do now, however... And that's what the magic beans are like once they've fully grown. Nice. We're not dealing with the pose right now. We gotta race a ghost. The ghost of the old graveyard keeper. He's got the halo and everything. Let's go. Try not to roll into his flames as well. Those corners, though, they suck to get around because that's usually when he'll, like, toss out a flame. Just do it at a spot where you least are likely to see it. Ah, shit. Yeah. It's an important exercise in knowing when not to roll all the damn time. Because you could just roll straight into a hazard. Time of this race was 59 seconds. Nice. And there's our reward, the hook shot. Yeah, it does sound cool, actually. Not gonna lie. Okay. Well, look at that. Time to get out of here. Navi, I know you have things you want to say to me, but trust me, I already know where I need to go. It's fine. Okay, whatever. Just get it out of the way. Yeah, no shit. I'm worried too. Right now, though, goodies. That's what's important. Got it. And that's 11 hearts. He seems to be in a pissy mood. You know, I feel like this exchange would be a lot funnier if it's like, he recognizes you as that kid from 7 years ago, but you hadn't done the thing yet. You know, just a hilarious misunderstanding. And all because, like, now this dude is going to inadvertently teach me how to do the song that fucked up his life. Okay. And suddenly it's spinning real fast. Sorry, but not sorry as well. I don't even remember meeting you, pal. Yeah, whatever. Let's head back to Dompe's grave, because I know that we can do the race again. And as long as we beat it in under a minute, we'll get another heart piece. Can never have enough of those. And I imagine as long as we do not, like, touch, like, even one flame like we did last time, we could definitely still keep it under a minute. Let's go. Okay, come on. Oh yeah, look at that. Even better time, 56 seconds. Thank you very much, good sir. Give me my heart piece and I can get the fuck out. Next up, I suppose, get some gold skulltulas. Now that we're in the future. Windmill's back to normal, at least. Okay. Onto here. That ghost has issues. Whatever could you mean? There we go. Now then. We could definitely get like a token if we go over to where Hyrule Castle used to be. Bridge is broken, unfortunately. Castletown obviously suffered the worst of the damages. Yeah, just zombies as far as the eye could see. Yep. Yeah, that's the castle now. Just a big fucking tower. Very brutalist. You know, these days it's like, I'll never get enough of the fact that, like, of all, like, the voice actors they've gone for Link as far as, like, you know, to do, like, his sound effects, his grunts and whatnot. I'll always love that for Ocarina of Time, they got the man, Nobuyuki Hiyama, Gai Shisho from the King of Braves, Gao Gaigar. Oh, another warrior of courage, I might add. To provide the voice for the one that wields the Triforce of Courage. And it is such a shame that for all adult incarnations of this character that Nintendo just did not stick with him. Like, I kid you not, like, I remember, like, a couple years ago, I was looking back at like, old trailers for Twilight Princess. And it was, like, even in, like, I think all of those trailers, save for, like, kind of the, right until, like, the final year when they basically were, like, Twilight Princess is coming out in 2006, it's coming out on GameCube and Wii, like, basically that whole thing when they were, like, game is just about done. It was, like, they were still using old, like, voice clips, from, Nobuyuki. I mean, hell, he even, like, reprised the role when Link was a guest character in Soul Calibur 2. As far as I'm concerned, he is the voice of Link. Alright, here we go. Back to the village we grew up in. Except, holy shit, the plants are so much bigger now. Oh well, they produce more Deku Nuts. Man, I fucking remember when, like, I got here to the first time and saw just how they just embiggened the size of the Deku Babas. I was not prepared for that. At all. Okay. Yeah, and like but even then, the voice that they got wasn't even the one that they actually remember most fondly. Hell, even back then, I never quite fully appreciated just how much, like this particular actor's, like, kind of voice that he gave to Link, just how important that was. Because, again, King of Braves, Gao Gaigar, one of the best super robot anime ever made. Like, the running theme of that entire show is that you can overcome anything with the power of courage. And what are we playing? We're playing a game in a series where the main character is meant to be the embodiment of courage. Name a more perfect casting, I dare you. Okay, let's get going. Oh, look! It's this dickhead, being a gatekeeper once more. And he's not even an adult. He's just born like this. Ah, I accidentally hit the B button. Yeah. It's a thing. Ah, shit, I actually just realized something that I screwed up on. There's a gold skulltula that we technically could get in the Lost Woods, but I forgot to plant, like, the magic bean, like, in this particular area. Yeah, you remember someone. You happen to feel, I don't know, bad about it. You little shit. There's only one perfect voice actor, and that is Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, rip. Oh, well. 'Tis a shame. Gilbert Gottfried as the hero of time. That would be something. Anyway. Okay, here we go. The only time that we get to face moblins in this game, and unfortunately their implementation is so weird, like you can't really approach them as a normal enemy. Yeah, because the way you stop them is that you just hook shot them in the butt. You take the pointy tip and shove it up the asshole, and then that's it. Or in the dick, sometimes. Sometimes the spear blocks it, but it's not always effective. Oh, fuck off. P-hats and levers also got dramatically transformed by moving into 3D. Yeah. Yeah, P-hats are so weird, and it's still one of those enemies where, like, I don't recall ever, like, getting the desire or incentive to actually, fight them at all when you come across them in the overworld. There just seems like no point to it whatsoever, you know? Because, like, you go out into Hyrule Field for the first time and you look at it and it's just so big that is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I just wanted to come in here so that I can do this and I don't get my position reset all the way to the beginning of the Sacred Forest Meadow. Oh. Oh, fuck that! Got them mixed up with the strange giants and golems in those canyons and hedge bases. Yeah. It's weird too, but yeah, it is true. They are technically moblins. Like, I think they even have straight up, like, actual artwork of them. Die. Okay. So we'll get up to the Forest Temple entrance and head inside, obviously, but not before getting the gold skulltula that's here. I'm still kind of upset that, like, I forgot to plant the magic bean that would let us get to the skulltula in the Lost Woods. Because it's like, that's the sort of thing where, unfortunately, because of where we are at this stage of the game, we can't go back to being a child unless we, unless we finish a dungeon first. Because that's the other thing. That's like a weird, like, I'm not going to do it on this playthrough, but it's a weird thing that you can do with this game where, like, all, like, the dungeons that you go through in the intended order are designed to kind of make use of the, of the weapons you get from dungeons prior. However, if I was to say, go through the Forest Temple just far enough that I get the bow and arrow, that would be enough for me to then just go straight to doing the fire temple next. And then get the big Goron hammer, and then do all the stuff for getting to the water temple and so on. It's a Zelda game for you. Yeah, but like the thing that makes it weird is that like the later 3D Zelda games stopped allowing you to do that sort of thing. Like this and Majora's Mask, I think were still the only ones that allowed for like that level of openness. It's obviously like once you got to like Wind Waker and so on that like the games following that, you know, but still prior to Breath of the Wild just kind of got way too handholdy and were afraid of ever allowing you to like get lost or something like that. Oh, come on. No! Why? I was not pushing the control stick towards the ledge. What the hell? It's like he just drifted over there naturally. Take that right in the cheek. And honestly, I'm just gonna stop by the fairy fountain again and just have a fairy heal me straight away. There. But yeah, we're gonna get inside the temple and save, and I think I'm gonna call it for tonight's stream. Like, I know we're about like an hour and a half in, but also at the same time, I forget exactly how long it might take me to get through the Forest Temple. And I am wanting to make sure that I don't miss the gold skulltulas along the way. And then Breath broke most kinds of normal Zelda gaming and just went all in on the sandbox and low bar skill dungeons. Yeah. It definitely results in a different type of game, and just hearing about how, like, the dungeons were kind of, like, not really, like, a focus or highlight of Breath of the Wild is kind of part of the reason why, like, I've not felt as much of the incentive to check that game out right away. Because it is, like, you know, I get that the design shift of Breath of the Wild was successful. It's popular with people. But I still have my fondness for, like, kind of what the formula was as established by Ocarina of Time for 3D games, and wish that at least for my sake, that I could get another one like those, but without the sort of bloat and, like, glaring flaws that stuff like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword all had to different degrees. Here we go. Got our first warp song. And this is why we needed to go to Kakariko for that hook shot. Only way to get up to the fucking entrance. There you go. I like how puzzled Link is as to where the music is coming from. I know! Just like the doofiest animation of the entire game. Just how that looks. I just wanted to actually turn it back to daytime, actually. You know, just so it looks a bit nicer once we finish this dungeon for real. Which will have to be next time. Yeah, like an hour and a half in, and just with how meticulous I like to be going through these dungeons, I'm not particularly feeling like using up like another hour at most, trying to make sure that I cover everything that I need to in this place. Because this is where the dungeons in Ocarina of Time actually start to become a lot more involved and interesting compared to the ones that we went through as a kid. So that's it. This'll continue again on Friday night. Then of course another year of the mecha on like the Saturday directly after. And then we'll just keep going back and forth between these until I finish this game and then move on to something else. But thanks for sticking around and watching me do this. Things definitely seem to go pretty smooth tonight. Especially on the tech side of things. So, y'all have a good rest of the day now. Take care. Good luck with the mecha earring. Thank you. Yeah. It's like I'm almost a quarter of the way done with that thing. I'm still sticking with it. It'll feel especially satisfying if I'm able to like get through all 52 weeks of it. By the time the end of the year rolls around and I meet that monstrous goal. Anyway, see ya.